The debt that awoke the stars, the galaxy remembered Earth only as a whisper. A myth. A warning. For 2 centuries, humanity had been gone from the star maps, erased, exiled, and forgotten by force. The Council of 9, rulers of the Orion Arm, had declared Earth a containment world, sealing it behind a quarantine wall of automated sentinels and void mines. No ship entered, no message left, no human was seen among the stars again. The galaxy rejoiced, because fear, once planted, grows best in silence. But history is not so easily buried. The story begins on Varstation, a colossal ring orbiting the dying red sun of Thule 7. It was a place of diplomats, scholars, and spies, neutral ground where even sworn enemies could negotiate without fear of assassination. Tonight, though, the station throbbed with tension. Every species on the council had gathered in the grand chamber, a massive hall lined with shimmering banners and holograms. A voice boomed across the metallic air. Motion 54B, Review of the Terran Exile Order. Instantly, the chamber erupted. Impossible, screeched a scaled Seraxian. Humans were exiled for a reason. A dangerous species, violent, unpredictable. They nearly destroyed 3 empires, added an AVRYL diplomat with flickering eyes. A Krell war priest banged his staff. Their ingenuity defies logic. They weaponize anything. They survive anything. A dozen others shouted in agreement, because if there was one thing every empire agreed on, humanity terrified them. On the upper balcony, hidden behind a shifting veil of shadows, Archivist Melis watched the chaos unfold with quiet dread. She was not like the others. She knew why the motion had been forced tonight. She had seen the encrypted reports, the distress signals, the impossible readings from the edge of the quarantined Terran zone. Something was happening on the dead world. Something. Awake. That same night, on the farthest edge of known space, a forgotten drone drifted through vacuum. It was ancient, built of alloys no species used anymore, engine humming with old Terran design. Its outer hull was scarred by centuries of impacts, its signal dish cracked. But its core still glowed. A ripple of energy spread from it, distorting the void like a stone tossed into a still pond. For the first time in 210 years, the drone's transmitter activated. A human voice crackled into the void. This is Terran Sentinel 0, 1 quarantine breach detected. Humanity has returned. The stars trembled. Back on Varstation, the Council's debates grew vicious. Ambassador Threx of the Tsar Dominion slammed his claws onto the table. We should strengthen the blockade. Obliterate the system before they spread again. General Ralzun of the Veilti hissed. Erase their planet. End this threat forever. The Krell priest's voice rumbled like thunder. You forget the last time we tried. A wave of unease rippled through the chamber. The last time was a forbidden subject. The wars, the catastrophes, the moment the galaxy realized humans were not like other species. Humans broke rules. Humans adapted. Humans endured where no being should. And worst of all, humans forgave, but never forgot. Suddenly, the holographic screens around the chamber flickered. A new alert pulsed across every display. Unauthorized quantum signal detected. Origin, Terran quarantine zone. Silence fell. The lights dimmed. The chamber froze. Then the signal played. Static. Distortion. A heartbeat. And then a message. A woman's voice, strong, steady, unmistakably human. To the Council of 9. You exiled us. You took our worlds, our colonies, our people. And still, we survived. We remember the debt you owe, and we are coming to collect. Gasps erupted. Some diplomats fainted. A few fled the chamber entirely. Ambassador Vara of the crystalline Ulithians trembled so hard her facets cracked. The humans, they were supposed to be extinct. General Ralzun's tendrils curled inward. This cannot be real. Humanity has no starships left, no fleets. Archivist Melis rose to her feet. They don't need fleets, she whispered. All eyes turned to her. Humans never relied on numbers. A single Terran strike team toppled an empire. A single human scientist detonated a star. A single human diplomat ended a 50-year war. Shivers spread through the hall. No one contradicted her. And if humans have rebuilt even a fraction of their old power, she continued, voice shaking, the galaxy is in danger. But danger was not quite the right word, because at that very moment, far beyond the quarantine border, a Terran ship emerged from slip space. Not one of the old clunky vessels, not a derelict relic of the exile. This was sleek, silent, black as the void. A predator forged in shadows. Its hull bore a single emblem, a white handprint, the mark of the reclaimers. Inside the ship's bridge, Commander Arya Solis tightened her gloves and stared at the holographic map of the Council's territory. Her crew waited in hushed anticipation, men and women hardened by generations of forced isolation, survivors of a world the galaxy had tried to erase. That Arya's voice was calm. Set course for Var Station. The navigator's breath caught. Commander, that's the political heart of the Council. Exactly. One of the Marines frowned. You think they'll talk? Arya allowed herself a thin smile. No, but they will listen. She turned toward the stars, her eyes burning with centuries of inherited fury and determination. The galaxy thinks we're returning for revenge. Her fist tightened. But we're returning for justice. Back on Var Station, the alarms continued to blare. Another alert, another signal, another human transmission. This time, the message was shorter, colder, sharper. The dead is due. And the stars, ancient and powerful, seemed to shiver at the words. Because the truth was simple. No species had ever succeeded in destroying humanity. No war had broken them. No exile had erased them. Humanity had gone silent. But silence is not absence. Silence is preparation. The species that should not have survived the citadel of Varlas hung, suspended in the twilight haze of the nebular crown. A monstrous construct of black spires, veined with pulsating silver circuitry. Its walls hummed with the resonance of ages-long authority, and within its vast interior, the high conclave gathered. Every species that held a claim over galactic law, save for humans. They were the subject of the meeting, though none of them had been invited. The amphitheater's lights dimmed as High Chancellor Tzivar of the KRYL Dominion stepped onto the center platform. His limbs, slender, and wrapped in ceremonial obsidian plates, moved with calculated precision. His mandibles clicked sharply as holographic glyphs burst to life around him. Conclave delegates, Tzivar hissed. We face an emerging aberration. Whispers erupted. Not the aberration again. The Terrans are extinct. So we hoped. Tzivar gestured, and a recording played, retrieved from the ruins of Outpost Lasara 9. The shimmering image showed a survivor of the alien patrol team, trembling violently. His crimson feathers were singed, one eye swollen shut. They came, Chancellor, the alien rasped. Humans, real humans. The delegates murmured, confused, nearly offended that a spectral hologram of a human soldier appeared next to him. Armor scorched, eyes burning with something primal. He dragged a wounded comrade with one arm, firing a plasma rifle with the other. He was outnumbered 15-1, but he advanced.